So today we're going to be learning about calculating with decimals, and your learning objective is I can calculate with decimals. The first question we're going to do together, so then you can learn how to do it. So get your pen ready. So to start with, we're going to do 7.68 plus 13.493. So just like before, we're going to use a place value chart for our additions. The tens column, the ones column, a decimal point, then a tenths column, a hundredths column, and a thousandths column. As 13.493 has 1/10, 3 ones, 4 tenths, 9 hundredths, and 3 thousandths. And then to this we're going to add 7.68, which is 7 ones, 6 tenths, and 8 hundredths. So this is just normal column addition as we've learnt previously. 3 thousandths plus nothing is equal to 3 thousandths. 9 hundredths plus 8 hundredths is equal to 17 hundredths. So we carry 10 hundredths over to the tenths column. 4 tenths plus 6 tenths plus 1 tenth is 11 tenths. We put 1 tenth in the tenths column and we carry 10 tenths over to the ones column. 3 plus 7 plus 1 is equal to 11, so we put 1 in the ones column and we carry the 10 over to the tens column. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. 13.493 plus 7.68 is equal to 21.173. So now you're going to have a go at a subtraction question. 63 minus 5.8. I would write out the place value chart with the tens column, the ones column, the decimal point, the tenths column, and the hundredths column. So pause the video now and have a go. 63 has 6 tens and 3 ones. 5.8 has 5 ones and 8 tenths. 63 can also be written as 63.0. We can't take 8 tenths from 0 tenths, so we need to borrow 1 and exchange it for 10 tenths. So cross out the 3 ones to make it 2 ones, and bring the 1 over to the tenths column for 10 tenths. 10 tenths minus 8 tenths is 2 tenths. Again, we can't do 2 ones minus 5 ones, so we need to borrow 10 ones from the tenths column. 12 ones minus 5 ones is equal to 7 ones. $50 take away nothing is equal to 50, so the answer is 57.2. So well done. So this table shows the cost of fruit at a school cafeteria. Bananas are 12p, plums are 23p, apples are 32p, and pears are 38p. Amir buys 2 pieces of fruit. He pays with a £2 coin. He gets £1.50 change. Tick the 2 pieces of fruit that Amir buys. So pause the video now and have a go. I know that he bought 2 pieces of fruit. He paid with a £2 coin and he got £1.50 change. I know that the difference between £2 and £1.50 is equal to 50p, and therefore he spent 50p on the 2 pieces of fruit. So we need to look at which 2 pieces of fruit would add up to 50p. So have a think about this now if you weren't able to quite do this yourself. Thinking about our number bonds to 10, I can see that pears are 38p and bananas are 12p, and I know that 8 plus 2 is 10, and 30 plus 10 is 40. So 40 plus 10 is equal to 50. So therefore he must have bought 1 banana and 1 pear. Chen buys these 4 items: apples, bread, butter, and Wheaties. Chen pays for 4 of the items with a £10 note. The price of the butter is not shown. She receives £3.85 change. What is the price of butter? So we're going to do this one together, and then you're going to have a go at a similar one on your own. So these are all the things she did buy, so we're going to work out the total cost of that first. So £1.50 plus 70p plus £1.45, which is the cost of the apples, the bread, and the Wheaties. We're just going to add all those together. 0 hundredths plus 0 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 5 hundredths. 7 tenths plus 5 tenths plus 4 tenths is 16 tenths. So we put a 6 in the tenths column and exchange 10 tenths for 1 1. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3 ones. So it's 3. And therefore the total of all of them is equal to £3.65. This is how much Chen paid for the 3 items that weren't butter. And we know that she received £3.85 change. So we're going to add these two figures together. 5 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 10 hundredths, which we will exchange for 1 tenth. 6 tenths plus 8 tenths plus 1 tenth is 15 tenths. So we put 5 tenths in that column and carry 10 tenths over to the ones column. 3 ones plus 3 ones plus 1 1 is 7 ones. So £7.50 is the total of the remaining change and the 3 items that she bought that weren't butter. So now I just need to work out what the difference between £7.50 and £10 is to see how much she spent on butter. I know that the difference between £7.50 and £10 is clearly £2.50. Because 50 pence would get me to the £8, and then the extra £2 will get me to the £10. I've done it in one go. So that's how much butter costed. Here is what the mark scheme says. Award 2 marks for the correct answer of £2.50. And if the answer is incorrect, award 1 mark for evidence of an appropriate complete method which contains no more than 1 arithmetic error. That's an example. And if no final answer is given, as you must always remember to write your answer in the answer box, all calculations within an appropriate method must be evaluated correctly for the award of 1 mark. Jack buys milk and orange juice from a shop. He pays with a £5 note. How much change does Jack get? You can see that milk is £1.45 and orange juice is £2.40. So pause the video now and have a go. So we need to make sure that we're showing our method as it has asked us to do this. What I would do is add the amount of money the milk costed to the amount of money the orange juice costed as the first step. So we need to do £1.45 plus £2.40. In column addition. So 5 hundredths plus 0 hundredths are 5 hundredths. 4 tenths plus 4 tenths are 8 tenths. and 1 plus 2 is 3. So £1.45 plus £2.40 is equal to £3.85. And now we need to do £5, which is the amount that he paid, minus £3.85, which is the total cost of milk and orange juice, to see how much change Jack gets. Can't take 5/100ths from nothing. And we also can't borrow anything from the tenths column. So we need to go all the way to the ones column, cross that out to make it 4 ones, and then exchange 1 1 for 10 tenths, then cross out the 10 tenths to make it 9 tenths, to exchange 1 tenth for 10 hundredths. 10 hundredths minus 5 hundredths is equal to 5 hundredths. Nine tenths minus 8 tenths is 1 tenth, and 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. And therefore he had £1.15 change. To go through this one together. This is 0.7 times 26. So 0.7 times 20 is the same as 1.4 times 10, due to the double and halving method, which is equal to 14. So 0.7 times 20 is equal to 14. 0.7 times 6 is just the same as 7 times 6 divided by 10. We know that 7 times 6 is equal to 42. And 42 divided by 10 would be 4.2. So now we need to do 14 plus 4.2, which would be equal to 18.2. So the answer to 0.7 times 26 is 18.2. So now it's your turn. You're going to do 15.5 divided by 100. So let's make the place value chart with the tens column, the ones column, the decimal point, the tenths column, the hundredths column, and the thousandths column. We also need the 10,000ths column. $15.5 has 1 10, 5 ones, the decimal point, and 5 tenths. When we divide, we move to the right. So when we divide by 100, each digit moves 2 places to the right. So the 10 will move 2 places to the right to become a tenth. So 15.5 will become 0.155. You only need to put 1 0 before the decimal place. So you're going to write the missing number to make this multiplication correct. So pause the video now and have a go. So this is how I would do it. I would draw out the place value chart. 3.207. When we times by 100, you need to move each digit 2 places to the left. We can't just put 2 placeholders of 0 on the end when we're working with numbers that aren't integers. With decimals, this doesn't quite work. We need to move each digit 2 places to the left when we times by 100. And therefore the 3 becomes 300. The 2 tenths become 20. The 0 hundredths becomes 0 ones. and the 7,000th becomes 7/10. So 3.207 times 100 is equal to 320.7. So we need to work out what multiplied by 10 would equal 320.7 so that both sides of the equation are equal. So I know that when I times 10, I move all the digits one place to the left. So therefore, it must be 32.07 times 10, as that would give us 320.7, and then both sides of the calculation would be equivalent. So now it's your turn again. Two of these calculations have the same answer. Write this answer as a decimal. So pause the video now and have a go. I'm just writing out a place value chart to support. So you can see that 4 divided by 10. Remember, when we divide, we move one place to the right if it's by 10, 2 places for 100, and so on. So 4 divided by 10 would equal 0.4, as I move the 4 one place to the right on my place value chart. I've got the ones column, the tenths column, the hundredths column, and the thousandths column. So I can see that 4 divided by 10 was equal to 4/10, which is 0.4, and 4 divided by 100 is going to be equal to 4/100ths, which is equal to 0.04. So those two are not equivalent. Now we are going to look at 40 divided by 10. There are 4 lots of 10 in 40. 40 divided by 10 is equal to 4. 40 divided by 100 is equal to 0.4. And therefore, 4 divided by 10 is equal to 40 divided by 100. So the decimal is 0.4. So this is our last question. This table shows the distance that 5 friends travel to school each day. What is the mean distance they travel to school each day? So pause the video now and have a go. So first of all, we need to add all the distances together. So we need to add Amina's distance to William's distance of 2.4 kilometers, to Layla's distance of 3.2 kilometers, to Chen's distance of 1.6 kilometers, to Dev's distance of 4.5 kilometers. We need to add all of these together. So 8/10 plus 4/10 plus 2/10 plus 6/10 plus 5/10 is equal to 25/10. So we put 5/10 in the tenths column and we carry the 20/10. We exchange them into 2 ones and carry that underneath. And then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 is equal to 13. So we put a 3 in the ones column and we carry the 10 over to the tens column. So in total, the 5 friends travelled 13.5 kilometres. And now to find the mean distance, mean is when you add all of the distances together for mean distance and then you divide it by how many people there are. we know that there are 5 people, and therefore we need to do 13.5 divided by 5. So we can do this in bus stop, and that's how we would do this in bus stop. So we can see that the mean is 2.7 kilometers.